I recently made an upgrade to my 2025 Can-Am Spyder RT Sea-to-Sky Storm. And that's the addition of the iKON Dollar Ride shocks. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize just how much the stock suspension was holding my Spyder back until I rode it with these installed. And after putting a few miles on them and dialing them into the perfect setting, I can confidently say this completely changed how my Spyder rides. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin, no budget Spyder rider. As we dive into this conversation, when we start talking about the front suspension of the Spyder, for me, the front shocks are not that bad, especially for just simple cruising around, short rides. They're perfectly acceptable. Now, there are some people that say the front end feels a little soft. Some people say that the front will dive a little bit during heavy braking, even some noticeable body roll in corners. And if you're on the freeway speeds, especially over uneven pavement, that the suspension gets a little unsettled. We call it the tracking that the front end does sometime on the roadway. For some, this can be a little unsafe, or that feeling of the bike not being completely planted. Now, for me, the only time that I ever noticed what I would consider a problem with the suspension is when I would travel some of the roads here in Michigan. The wintertime can be very hard on the roads, and until the road crews have a chance to get out and really patch a lot of those potholes, sometimes hitting a lot of those potholes would cause the front end of my Spyder to kind of dive a little bit and scrape the ground. And that's one of the reasons why I added that skid plate to give it the added protection. But one of the biggest improvements that I was looking for in these shocks was to eliminate that part of my ride, to give my Spyder a little bit more of a better rebound on those rougher roads where I didn't get that deep dip that the bike would take, causing potential damage to the front end. Now, for me, when I started looking at suspension upgrades, I wanted something that would improve the handling without making the ride harsh. That's what led me to iKON. I chose the heavy duty spring option because I'm around 200 pounds with my riding gear, and I wanted something that would support that weight without feeling overly stiff. And like most aftermarket shock options, when you go to the page to order it, they ask you a lot of questions: your rider weight, do you ride with a passenger, how much do you weigh with your riding gear, do you carry luggage? All of these things factor in to your setup when you're ordering your shocks. And I chose the heavy springs. They call it the 550 spring, I believe, on their web page, because I really factored in future riding where I would be riding under these conditions. And for me, the heavy spring just gave it the more planet ride that I was looking for immediately off the bat. They normally recommend that spring for any rider weight that's going to be 230 pounds or more. I just went with that option right off the bat. Also, accounting in for the front weight of my Spyder with the skid plate attached. You do have the option of going with a softer or medium spring, but for me, that heavy spring was perfect right out the gate. It meant I wouldn't have to do a lot of adjusting to the shock after the install. It would be perfect whether I'm riding solo or heavy right off the grip, and it would definitely help the Spyder eat up those rough roads during a lot of my rides. Now, some of you are thinking, just get right to the meat and potatoes. How much do these shocks cost? We know when we think about upgrading the shocks, we can be looking at anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500, depending on which brand you order, depending on if there's a tariff involved in receiving your shipment of shocks. These shocks with shipping and handling my total purchase cost was $754. Although iKON is an Austria-based company, I believe they do have a U.S. affiliate that I was able to make the order through. So there was no tariff attached to the purchase of these shocks. So once I placed my order, I received an email communique from Paul. He wanted to confirm the setup that I had entered. He wanted to confirm that I wanted the heavy springs. He made me aware that they did have a new order of heavy springs coming in from their Austria plant, that generally they don't get a lot of orders for shocks for the RT platform, but recently they have received an increased number. It took about 3 weeks total for them to receive the springs. Once he got the springs, he did the final assembly, did the final checks, and my shocks were sent out by priority mail. I received them very quickly from the time I received the tracking number within 3 business days. It was very well packaged when I received them. They had a nice little protective sleeve around the shock. It came with the two shocks, obviously, as well as the bushings that would be needed when you did the install, and a spanner tool to make the adjustments on the shock if needed. Now, installation, I installed these shocks myself, and it was pretty straightforward. Nothing overly complicated. I just had to remove the two front fairing panels, a total of two bolts, a top bolt and a bottom bolt on each side of the shock. You do have to elevate the bike using the floor jack to take the stress off the shock. But once I completed all of those steps, removed these stock shocks, these iKON shocks slipped in very, very effortlessly. The build quality immediately stood out, and everything about these shocks just felt very, very premium. Now, once I got the install done, I did take a quick first ride. And one of the first things that I noticed, that the ride felt more stable than it did with the stock suspension. Not stiff, just very controlled. It performed much better, especially leaning into the corners. The body stayed very flat, and the steering was a lot more precise. You don't even notice the tracking that the Spyder can do on uneven roadway. It just kind of, really, the best way to describe it is just kind of, this is a 1,000-pound machine, and this bike just floated after that. It definitely changed the ride, and you hear a lot of people say that no matter which brand of shocks you go with, whether it's iKON or Elka or Wilbur shocks, it definitely is an upgrade over the stock suspension that you will notice immediately off the bat. Now, you're probably thinking at this point, you said a lot of good things. So, what are some bad things? For me, nothing really stood out. The only thing that probably gave me a slight moment of pause was during the initial set in, when I was trying to determine what my ride number would be when I dialed in the shocks. These are a dial a ride shock system, which simply means you can control the rebound by adjusting the number between 1 and 4 at the bottom of the shock once you get it installed. They recommended when they shipped them that I started out at number 3 and go up to a 4 if needed. I started out on 3, and one of the things that I noticed when I got down on the freeway, especially at 55 miles an hour higher, it got a little bouncy on the front end. And it wasn't nothing too out of the way, but I did know that that was very different than what I would experience on the stock shocks. And what I realized was, because I had the heavier spring, instead of having a higher ride setting, that I probably needed to dial that number back to probably either a 2 or the 1 setting. When I received them, they were set at 1. And the reason I realized I needed to do this was because I had the heavier springs. And because at the time I was taking the test ride, my bike was not loaded down with luggage. And really, that heavy spring is for riders that are 230 pounds or more. And considering I was probably, with my riding gear, just around that 200-pound mark, I realized just dialing that rebound setting back would alleviate that. And once I set it back to a 2, the ride was perfect. Now, if you've been thinking about a suspension upgrade for your Spyder, you've been on the fence, you're probably thinking, what's the difference between sticking with the stock shock or upgrading to an aftermarket shock? And I would say this: the stock suspension is going to react to whatever road that you're traveling on. Any type of aftermarket suspension is probably going to give you more control over your ride as you're riding on these roads. Instead of bouncing after hitting a bump, these suspensions will probably do a better job of absorbing those type of impacts. It'll settle the bike immediately, and you'll definitely be ready for the next corner. That's going to be the biggest improvement. It's going to be the performance that you're going to see from your riding platform with a suspension upgrade. And most of you are probably going to ask, do I feel it was worth the money? For me, I would say absolutely. But as always, it comes down to what you're trying to accomplish for your particular platform. There are several options out there. I don't think you can go wrong. For me, I was looking for something that maintained the stock aesthetics of the bike. I didn't want something that was going to be too bulky or take away from the look of my Spyder. As you can see in the video, these Elka shocks are really similar a little bit to the stock shock, but it definitely gave me that increase in performance that I was looking for without breaking the bank in the process. I really felt that the price point that I paid for these shocks was well within any reasonable budget. The ease of install really also added to it and made it worthwhile. And I was very happy overall with my purchase, especially being able to adjust the rebound on the fly depending on what my riding situation may be, whether it may be heavier luggage, a passenger, or a passenger and luggage. To be able to dial that ride in depending on what I'm doing really added a lot of value to the shocks for me. So if you're considering upgrading your Spyder suspension, I definitely consider iKON as one of the brands to put on your list. For me, that dollarized system really made this product stand out. And obviously, everyone's ideal setting is going to be different depending on their riding factors. But don't be afraid to experiment. For me, position two with the heavy spring completely transformed the ride for me and definitely made every ride that I've taken since installing these shocks very, very enjoyable. So if you have any questions about the installation process or my current setup, drop them in the comments. And if you enjoy Spyder content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss my next video. As always, remember to live for the experience and definitely enjoy the ride. Peace.